Representative Don Bacon, a Republican from Nebraska, is going to introduce legislation this week that would limit Donald Trump's tariff ability. Now, this is similar to a piece of legislation introduced by Iowa's Chuck Grassley in the Senate that would also limit the ability of the president requiring briefings to Congress about tariffs and limiting how long they can be put on, things like that. Now, I believe there is already a limit of like 5 months for tariffs, but this would shorten that to under 60 days. He's saying one of the reasons he's putting forth this legislation is because of the lack of communication to Congress about the overall plan for these tariffs, and they're already seeing the impact of the economy. Now, for his part, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is urging Republicans to back the president's play when it comes to the tariffs and to trust the plan, trust the vision. But like seven congressional Republicans are backing the Senate version of the bill to try to limit the presidential power. Now, I don't know how many members of the House are willing to back it. It doesn't take very many to defect and get all Democrats to support this legislation and have it pass. And if they have 7 Republicans in the Senate that would pass similar legislation, it is entirely possible that this could pass and be on its way to Trump's desk for a signature. Now, I almost guarantee that if something like this passes, Donald Trump would veto it. However, if the stock market continues to do what it has been doing, which is trending down and losing thousands and thousands of points every single day, we wiped out $4 trillion in value in 2 days of trading after Donald Trump announced his tariff plan this past Wednesday. If things like that continue, there's going to be more and more Republicans willing to sign on to this legislation. So it is entirely possible that we get to the threshold where they could pass it around a presidential veto. We'll have to see what happens there. But the cracks are starting to form between congressional Republicans and the president. They are not in lockstep. They are not in unison. And I said that's going to happen. Remember, these congressional Republicans have to get reelected. Donald Trump is ineligible. I've got a video out talking about that again that I put up earlier today. But they have to get reelected. Congress does. And they know that if they wreck the economy, multiple congressional Republicans have already been talking about how bad it could be for them and their reelection chances in the future. Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, people like that have said this could be very bad for a long time for Republicans if they don't right the ship very quickly, because if you kill the economy, you hurt their chances of getting reelected. So we'll see what happens with this bill.